So I'm doing this just to explain how I came across this, how I made it, where I got my ideas from. And I just want to look back at this and just like feel the nostalgia on like, how far I came. Like, oh yeah, I remember when I made this and stuff. I made this death run back in like 2018. Was it? I think Creative came out 2018, and death runs was like real popular, real trending. Now, like, I'm gonna make me one. It was a dude named Scissors, and like I think he started the trend, and I just thought like make my own death run. This game has so many updates. This death run not the same as it used to be because uh Fortnite had all the updates. They changed a lot of things. Like for example, traps used to can go through the stairs, but now they can't. So I had to change all that up. I'm gonna explain all that when I get to it, but for right now, I'm gonna just go about, you know, what made me want to make it. Well, I kind of already said it. Like I said, Scissors used to make death runs, and I wanted to make my own, so I did. I don't know exactly how long this took me. Maybe 10 hours plus. I didn't do it. It didn't take me one day. I know that for sure. But yeah, so for my death run, what I wanted to do for mine is I like to play mind tricks. Like I know I want the player to rage. I want to get a person mad. I want to give a player like a challenge, you know. So I put a lot of mind tricks. I want to get the player confused. And this is level based. They really care about like making it all pretty. That's why it just made out of this. Back then in creative, they didn't have like all the no all stuff like this. Like they ain't had this back then in 2018. So I had to improvise and use just regular builds. So yeah, if I knew how to publish my death runs, I would have. But I just made this just for the fun of it. And I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed making this. It was pretty fun. It wasn't easy at all. I mean, it was easy, but like, a lot of hard work went into it. Well, I felt like a lot, I worked hard on it. A lot of people probably wouldn't think like that, but I know I worked hard on it. Like I said, it took me hours to do this, and I enjoyed every single second of it. Like just like the way my brain works, it's like I get an idea and I want to do it, and then it's like once I get going, once I get the flow going, my brain just expand and it keeps going, keeps going. Like for example, I think about what I want to do for level one. As I'm making level one, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this for level two. And then once I make level two, I'll be like, oh, I could do this for level three. I could do this for level four. And then it just keeps going and going and going. So I knew I wanted to make a death run, but I didn't know how long I wanted it to be. I didn't know how many levels I wanted it to be. I didn't know, I didn't write or plan artists. Like, it was just like, I started and then I thought about that. Then I thought about that. Then I thought about this. So I'm going to just go through and explain or try my best to explain how I went through it. So, like I said, 2018 Creative came out, and Death Runs was like the number one trending thing back then. There's a guy named Scissors. I played his, and I played more Death Runs after that. And I just wanted to make my own. So for my Death Run, I wanted to not make it too difficult, but I did want the player to give the player a challenge, and I also wanted to make it like, how can I say it? Like, I wanted to confuse the player. I wanted to play mind games with the player. So you load in right here, and it's a little sloppy, but like I said, I made this back in 2018. I didn't really care about how pretty it was. I did care, but anyways, start off the death run. The only people I had play this was my friends, and I got the reaction out of them that I was looking for. Like I said, I wanted them to rage, confuse them, just mess with them. So death run starts. You come, and boom, you get hit by a trap. I remember my friends was doing it, and that stuff was so funny. But like I said, Fortnite had updates, so the traps don't go through the floor no more. So I had to improvise, and I just put one here. You go up, boom, you die. Oh no! And that's just like the. I started off the death run like, okay, I see what this guy's doing. He's trying to play tricks early on, and I wanted to show that like early, right off the bat. Uh, you not gonna see what's coming. So I tried to do that like right at the beginning. So for level one, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I just built straight up. I don't even know I should call this level one. It's not really level one, but technically it's level one. Probably the easiest level ever. Just go up, traps here. I used to have traps. I don't know if I still got it. Yeah, I think I got rid of it. Like I said, the traps don't go through the floor no more. But basically for this level, it was like a surprise level. So you're going up the stairs, trap here, dodge it, boom. Go up the stairs, you know, another trap, dodge it, go up the stairs. And before Fortnite updated, I had this going up here, and I had some more stairs like coming this way, and then going back up. And what I did was I put traps under the steps. And when my friends were playing it, they could not, like, I had them so confused. Like they couldn't read. They didn't know which stairs had traps under it. Like I had to, like that's what kind of what I was going for. I wanted the player to second guess. Like is it a trap under this stair? I don't know. Is it one here? I don't like. That's exactly what I was going for. To have the player confused. But Fortnite had all their updates and they changed a lot. For example, they changed the running animation. It's like more of a walk animation. I just had to remake it and improvise the best I could. I didn't want to change too much because like I said, I wanted to keep the nostalgia of it. Like this my first death run. I didn't want to change too much, and I just wanted to, like that's why I'm making this so I can look back and see how far I came. Like I love doing stuff like this. I want to work in the gaming industry one day and doing stuff like this. Like I actually enjoyed it. Like I said, I enjoyed every second of making all this. So this it's not technically creating a video game because Fortnite is a video game. But for me, it was like creating a game inside a game, if that makes sense. I am I'm starting to get into Unity and stuff like that to create my own game. But doing this right here was like a start for me, and that's how I found my passion. Cause like I love video games, but I also love creating them. So like, oh here you go, trap under this stuff. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing this. It was super fun. So level two, I had to change it up. Didn't really know I didn't know what to do for this. Like I had to tear down all of what I had here and come up with a way to like I wanted to keep this going. So I was just like, okay, I just do like a little parkour section for level two. I made it a little difficult, not too difficult. It's just level two. You know, I didn't want to make it. I don't want the player to raise quit too early, if that makes sense. Like I said, I want to get a player a challenge and test their skills, but it's just level two, so I made it pretty easy. With the objects, I just randomly chose objects. Like you just saw me fall off this like 3 times. You gotta kind of time yourself. Gotta use a little skill. I made it to where you gotta use a little skill. I didn't make it too easy, but I didn't make it too hard either. You know, and that was another thing why I'm making this was when I was making it, I realized that I gotta test it out to make sure it's possible. I can't make a death run and it's impossible. You know, so I had to test this out for myself. Obviously, I got a video clip of me beating it, so it's possible. But yeah, that's level two. Had to improvise to change it. Go up. I had more traps like under here, surprise traps. Here go one right here. I had more surprise traps. I remember my friends were doing it and they could not. I had them so confused. They couldn't tell when I was going to put a trap, when I wasn't. I had them second guessing, and that's exactly what I was going for. I wanted the player to second guess on, I didn't want the player to trust me, basically. Like, I wanted to play with their mind and trick them. So that's basically just level one, level two. Come up the stairs, level three. For level three, I had to change as well. And this is just all over the place, so I'm going to do my best to explain this. So, level three, what I had at first is I had this going straight. Kind of see where, like, I had all this going straight, trap. With these walls, you can't really see the trap there, and that's what I was doing. So I had like where you can dodge the trap, boom, boom. And that was basically level three. It wasn't too hard. And then you come to level four right here to the ice slide. And I remember back then when I put the checkpoint here, I noticed that when I go back and test my death run, I noticed that when I die on this part and I respawn, it respawn me under the floor. And I fell through the floor and I couldn't figure out why I was doing that. So again, I had to improvise. And I was like, you know what? I'ma just, I guess I could just build like a little some stairs to go back up and then boom, you back here. But I was like, I can do that and just, continue on with level four. But then I was like, what if I just make a whole nother level? And that's what this came through. So it's just a lot. I'm trying to do my best to explain it. I had to change so much. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. So again, level three. Had to change all this and I did the best. I just did like a little catwalk, you fall, you die. That's all I did for this one. Did a little trap here, dodge the trap, jump on this. A little difficult jump. It ain't too hard. Just level three. Jump on this. I put this there to like confuse the player, like, had them thinking, should I jump on this side or can I go here? Can I jump over there? Give the player options of like what they want to do or how they want to go about it until they finally figure out that, all you got to do is just come here, go here, easy. That's kind of what I was going for that, just to like, I put this here like to purposely have the player think like, oh, I got to jump on that side to get to this side when you really don't, and you'll probably hit your head on that and fall. I don't even think it's possible to do it that way. So that's basically level three. It don't go here no more. It used to, but it didn't. So now level three just go here and straight to this level, which is basically, well, I guess it's still level three since it's not a checkpoint. But so for this level, like I said, the checkpoint had me fall through the floor, and I made a whole nother level to go through it. I didn't change anything on this. All this is the same. Just a trap level. Dodge traps. Come back up here. Go right here. Level 4. Boom. Had to do a lot of improvising in this. Do the bugs, do the updates, all that. So yeah, trap. I remember I got my friends with the surprise trap here. Super funny. Exactly what I was going for. I was surprised how all this turned out. Like I had a vision and I had like what I wanted the player to feel when they was doing my death run. And when my friends was doing it, every reaction I got out of them was the reaction I was looking for in making this, which makes me super excited and I'm kind of happy about this. So level 4. I remember I did a death run. I can't remember whose death run it was, but they had like a little ice slide level, and I wanted to recreate my own. That's kind of what this referencing off of. All this right here this was my idea, but by the time I got to the ice level, I did another death run, and this what I refer. This is what I'm referencing this off of. Got traps on the wall, slide down, can't go backwards if you somehow slow down on this part, the trap's gonna hit you. So you gotta keep going, keep going. For this one, when I did for the other death run I did with their ice level, it was shorter and smaller than mine's. But for mine's, I wanted mine's to be like a roller coaster kind of, if that makes sense. Like I wanted mine to have some right turns, left turns, up, downs. Well, you gotta go down because of the ice, but you get what I'm saying. Like I wanted like I wanted my ice level to be like a challenge in itself. I didn't want it like at first. I just had this part. I just had it going straight down and dodge a couple traps right here. But I want to do more than that, so that's why I kept it going. You know, come this way, boom, come this way, boom, and then finally you make it here. So, like I said, go down. Probably the easiest part about this, all you gotta do is just come straight down. You come here, as soon as you come down, you gotta jump. If you hit this, it takes you back and you die to this trap. So you jump, boom, come down. If you stay to the left, you hit that. So make sure you stay to the right. Kind of want to angle yourself this way. I put the two traps right here in the corner. So you come down, you got to make sure you angle yourself this way. Put that trap right there to scale a little bit. Come down, hit that trap. Again, when I aim for this, you don't want to aim for the corners. Come this trap, put a trap here, you know, come down. I put this here to like, you know, like that's kind of what I was going for. I'm trying my best to explain it. But I made this like, you gotta remember the path to take. If you die here, you gotta remember to jump. If you die here, you gotta remember to stay to the right. Come down. If you die here, remember to stay to the right. You die right here, remember to go to the left. You know what I'm saying? And then boom. At first, I didn't have this right here, and you would just slide straight into that. So I put that there. At first, I didn't have it, but then when I was testing out my death run, I found out that it was kind of impossible to slow yourself down. So I put that there. If you somehow jump over it, then that's your fault, you know. So for this level, I got the bright idea to bring it like continue with the ice level, but then I remember these little ice things. I don't know. I was just playing around. Like, I didn't really mean to do it like this. I was gonna keep using the using this. Oh wait, where am I? I was gonna continue to use this ice pad, but I was playing around with these, and I figured out these are basically the same thing, and you can also slide on these. And for this level, I wanted to switch it up just a little bit, put some ramps, have a couple obstacles in the way, more ramps, and then you complete the level. And I also wanted the reason I used like the see through, wanted the player to, you know, get a nice view of the scenery. I was gonna close this off and make it like that, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put a little sunshine out here, you know. I'm gonna do this level to show y'all. Probably one of my favorite levels out of my whole death. Then we got hit the ramp, go, boost, speed boost, hit the ramp, jump, having the player, you'll probably fail this 1 or 2 times, and every time you come, you gotta know the pattern. Just like in there, you gotta remember the pattern you took. Put a couple of obstacles, couple floor obstacles, gotta jump over. And if you just saw me on this part, when you coming, you don't have to press X, you don't have to jump. You can just go over it, easy. But for this part, you have to jump. If you don't, you'll hit that. So I remember I got my friends with that. They thought they could just go over just like that one. Ended up hitting that. But this part, let me tell you about this. This was all an accident. I didn't know what I wanted to do for this. I was just gonna have it come up here and then boom onto here. This wasn't here yet. I was just gonna have it come over here and then I was gonna make my next level. But I was playing around with the speed boost and I accidentally did this. Complete accident. And I was like, that's so cool. I'm gonna leave that in. And then that's how I got the bright idea to, like, you know what, I'm gonna have them land in a box to make it even more cooler. Seem like I did it on purpose when I really did. You know. So for this part, you don't even gotta touch the controller. You don't even gotta touch the controller for this part. Once you jump over this, these basically just do it for you. Bounce up, come forward. I put traps that scare the player. They'll be like, "Oh no," but you ain't gonna get hit by it. Bounce back, bounce on, land right there every single time. I tested this out so many times to make sure the calculations was right every single time. Making it here. No, but this level, I don't think I did a death run. I think I used to like go in random worlds and just do like whatever. Like I used to just get bored and do random worlds, and I went in one, and it was what is called a no touch roller coaster, something like that. Like it was a way they had speed boost, and technically you don't have to touch your controller. Like, you can put your controller down, and it would like have you go up these jumps. It have you going up and down, left, right. It was like a roller coaster, basically. It was called like no touch roller coaster something. I don't remember the name, but I wanted to do that for this part. This part pretty easy, super fun too. Again, I had to test this out so many times. Make sure you don't fly over the wall. And I wanted this to be like a no touch. Like once you hit that first booster, you don't have to touch the controller. It'll do everything for you. So this took a lot of testing. There was times where I flew over the walls, times where, you know, just wasn't angled right. So yeah. And it's super short too. Then for this part, this wasn't here at first, or it wasn't even ideal first. At first I just had this. I was like, ooh, I wanna do like a little jump to make it seem cool. So I started here, boom, jump, made sure I landed here every time, and I did. But another thing I noticed when I was testing my death run out is that every time I come here, I hit here, speed boost hit me here to the wall, and I stick to this wall, and I come here every single time. And I was like, I'm gonna put like a little circle here. You know how like they do it like circuses with the dolphins, they jump through the ring, kind of how that came about, and I think that's pretty cool. For this part, I, I was just I didn't really care about the death run no more. Once you beat this, that was pretty much the end of my death run, and I did all of this to like like a little celebration kind of. If that makes sense. I wanted to congratulate the player for beating my death run. You know, out of all the times they raised, when my friends did it, they was raging. They wanted to quit. I mean, they did quit. Some of them did. Some didn't even make it that far. So if you made it through all this, congratulations. You know, that's why I did this, just for, like a little fun part, if that makes sense. I put this here to show the creator, oh no, show the players who created the Death Run. Stuck 2003. My name used to be Stuck 2003, and I'm not even finna explain why, but that was my old gamer tag. So yeah. So after that, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Started brainstorming again. I was like, what's something fun, something chill, laid back. And then I remember I was playing a regular game with my friends, and that was when I think the buggy or the shopping cart I think came out, and I was playing a regular game with my friends, and we had a shopping cart. We rolled down this hill. He was like inside of it. I was pushing it. We rolled down the hill, and it was a ramp down there. We don't know how I got there. I guess like somebody else put it there. But he was like, hit that ramp," and I hit it, and then that what gave me the idea to like I want to make like a little shopping cart derby, a little shopping cart trail. I don't know why it's not here right now, but I think when I start the game it'll pop up. But yeah, I wanted to build a little shopping cart track, and that what this is. Again, I wanted the little roller coaster effect, and luckily I had to come up here, and I was like, I was gonna come down here. I was gonna like turn left, boom, and as you doing a shopping cart trail, you also getting a view of the whole death run. That's why I made it all outside. But originally I was gonna have it come here, have it come down these steps, come down here, boom, boom, probably go over here, come up, probably go here, get a good view, all the death run. I didn't really know where I was gonna end up, but I was uh I was building it, and then as I'm building it, I took a look at this mountain, and I was looking at like the little curvature of the mountain, and I was like, it's kind of like a little ramp itself, built in already. So I was like, you know what? I'ma just I'ma just use this. So I was like, scratch that. I'ma just go straight down, boom, and then just come in here. This little ramp itself. This is exactly what I was going for anyways. And I put the walls here. I could did this part closed off. Put walls here so it don't fall off. You know. Boom, boom, boom. Come through here and make this part outside. Now you get the view, the whole death run. I put these blocks here so the player won't fall off. And I did notice testing it that if you did go too fast off this ramp, you would end up falling off. But I didn't bother to make the wall higher. So if the player falls off, they fall off, they have to restart. Hey, it is what it is. Had them come over here, go up, go down, come down here, get a nice view of the ocean area, come back up. And for this part, these boosters wasn't here yet. This is when I got the idea. I was like, hmm, I want to make a big jump and have them land inside a circle. Like, for some reason, this inspired me to do like a big ramp, jump, and then land in here. I can't really explain why that took me to this, but it did. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna build high up. I'll build a big ramp, have, boom, calculate, how far I go with the buggy, and then I'll build like a little space you could like try to land in. At first, I didn't have the boosters, but then I realized how slow the buggy went up the ramp. So I was like, yeah, that's super time consuming. So boosters, go up, put this here because boosters fly you over, and then boom, another shopping cart just in case. I remember I was testing it out, and probably two times I lost my shopping cart for some reason. Like it'll fly off for some reason. So I was like, I'm gonna put a little extra in here just in case. But yeah, I don't even remember how to control this. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I think I know how to play the game. Gotta land. Overshot. But yeah, you get the idea. You get the idea. Jump off, land in there. Obviously, I put this here to not, you know, for that exact reason, overshooting it. Then I remember, I think one more thing I changed was back in season 7, the snowboards came out, and then I changed the shopping carts out with snowboards, and I basically, it's basically the same thing. And if you do want to change the shopping cart, like I said, I got that one up there. But yeah, that's my first death run, or my first ever creation and creative. If I kn- if I knew how to publish, I'd publish this, but I don't know how to do all that. I wish I could have other people play my death run, especially back then. It would have made my day if I had strangers playing my death run and giving me feedback. But I'm super proud of this though. Like I said, I enjoy making this every single second. All the thoughts that went into it, the time didn't even matter. Like I just had fun doing it. Yeah, pretty much it.